I worked at Mill Valley School District for 23 years, but my science at Old Mill, and I'm very, very happy and very pleased and very good for work at Old Mill, you know. District very good too, lucky for me. I'm very thankful for Old Mill principal and teacher all through the year, especially Old Mill parents. They always support, and I love all that event, especially movie night. I miss the kid. It's hard for me to retire this time now. Didn't see nobody, didn't say goodbye nobody. But I will come back when everything normal and say hi to everyone. Just all the memory, teacher and PTA always in my heart forever. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Leslie Fielder. I've worked here at Edna McGuire for almost 22 years. I've had the pleasure of working with 6 superintendents and 5 principals and many wonderful staff throughout the district. As I look back, so much has changed and continues to change. One example is when I was hired for my first job in the district as an instructional aide. I met with the principal, Janie Teitelbaum, here at the school in her office. She asked me 3 questions and then told me I was hired. As you all know, that does not happen in interviews any longer. I have learned a great deal working here and want to thank all who has helped me through the years to learn truly a school. I came across this quote some time ago and I applied it to my job here. Here it is. Life is like a roller coaster. It has many ups and downs, but it's your choice to either scream or raise your arms up and enjoy the ride. So again, I want to thank you all for the ride of my life, and best to all of you on your ride.
Hi, I have had a 25-year relationship with the Mill Valley School District. My husband and I moved here for the excellent public schools, which all 3 of our daughters attended. And for 13 years, I had the honor and privilege of working in the school district. I worked with amazing staff and most of all, amazing students. And for that, I am grateful. I'll miss everybody. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Sheila Campbell. I've been in the district forever. I've been a parent volunteer, a student teacher, a substitute teacher, a classroom teacher, and a teacher share, and my favorite, an art teacher. I also just realized I've been in one of those capacities or more at all of the schools in the Mill Valley School District. It's been grand. I am so very, very grateful for all the years where I could describe myself as one of the Tam Valley art teachers. It's just been heaven, really. I really want to thank all the families, all the children, all the wonderful parent volunteers, all the Tam Valley teachers and staff. I want to thank all my wonderful principals. You've all really been my teachers during all of these years. Lucky, lucky me. Goodbye. I'll miss you.
It's been my honor to teach here at Park School for 21 years, and this is wrapping up my 25-year career in the classroom. I have so many fond memories, especially of teaching science to 6- and 7-year-olds, like the straw digs and the different explorations with environmental studies, not to mention the explorations in math and reading and writing, and all the light bulbs that would light up as the students made learning connections. I want to thank my wonderful teaching partners that I've had over the years, and say that Mill Valley is such a special place. I'm really honored to have been able to contribute such a good part of my life here and to the development of the children in this community. Thank you.
Hi friends, it's been a long career for me in public education. I spent my first 30 years of life working in the Ross Valley School District. I was a teacher's aide for 13 years, and I was a single mom to Luke. And then, when I turned 30, I got hired in the Mill Valley School District, and I've been here for 30 years. I'm very grateful for my time here and all the roles I've had in Mill Valley. I've known some of you for a long time. Some of the important things have been working with the Straw Project, with students and teachers restoring a watershed, and how important it's been to me that kids are connected to the world that they live in and that they learn to take care of it. Working with Zero Waste Marin to make sure that they know to recycle and compost and not waste. My 29 concerts with the Banana Slug String Band, teaching kids to care about the ocean and to do it as a school, and then spreading out and working with children around the world with UNICEF and making sure that they understood that how they live in Mill Valley is not necessarily how kids live around the world. I'm also super grateful for my time in the union and union leadership with Aaron Conklin. I'm proud of all the work we did with our shared solutions approach. I'm grateful for my family, my other 3 kids that I had, and all the colleagues I've worked with who celebrated when I got my master's degree. I started at 53. It's never too late. I'm super grateful for my years as principal at Park and all the work we did here. Especially, I love this picture. I started a tradition of having the graduating seniors come back to Park School in cap and gown to show the kids their future. And I worked with parents after that 2016 election to work with their kids as a project about what was important to them. This year, I'm turning 60 and my baby's graduating from college, and it's time to go on to a new phase. I don't know what that phase will bring for me, but I know that when I turned my kindergartners into first graders for the very last time, I'm going to turn myself into a retiree. So here's a final message from my class. Thank you all for everything you've done for me and my family and my community and my kids, and I appreciate all of you, everyone watching this video.
Boys and girls, you're my last kindergarten class at Park School. What's our message? Yay!
Hello everyone. This is not a retirement video as you might expect. It's actually a transition video, because though I may say that I'm retiring, I'm not quitting. I am just transitioning to new things. The first year I was here in Mill Valley, the students in my 4th grade class at Old Mill recited a poem. And just last year, one of those students, now a dance instructor in New York, asked me if I'd remembered the poem and if I could send her a copy. And that led me to think that this is a good thing to share today, because it brings everything full circle. So here it is. It's called Peace on Earth. Accept your neighbor as your friend. Believe in the power of pretend. Cooperate to work things out. Discuss your problems, don't scream and shout. Encourage your friends in all they do. Forgive the mistakes they make with you. Give yourself in little ways. Honesty and handshakes lead the way. Invent new plans to find solutions. Justice is a powerful revolution. Kindness is better when it comes from the heart. Listen to your friends right from the start. Model yourself after leaders like King. Negotiate and watch the success it brings. Offer yourself, your mind, and your arms. Praise yourself for all your charms. Quietly sit and contemplate. Restore your strength and you'll feel great. Share all your feelings, laugh and cry. Trust it'll work out if you give it a try. Understand together in peace we can live. Value the gifts that everyone gives. Wonder, imagine, know that it's so. Explain it to your friends who don't seem to know. Yes, you can spread peace all over the earth, zap out prejudice, and build self-worth. This is a message that I hope that I brought to students, and that I hope I can continue to live by in the coming years.
I have always felt fortunate at having had the opportunity to start and end my educational career in the Mill Valley School District. I was a student teacher at Old Mill well before my own children became students there. I then became an educator at Mill Valley Middle School in 1994, and I spent the first 11 years in the classroom and the last 16 years as a site administrator. I have appreciated the incredible support and opportunities for professional growth that I have experienced in this district over the past 27 years. MVMS has changed a lot during my tenure, and I've truly enjoyed and been proud of the work I've had the opportunity to do with an incredible team of administrators, teachers, and staff, amazing students, and very involved and supportive parents. I will forever be grateful for the opportunity to be a part of this school, this district, and the Mill Valley community at large. This year has definitely been the most challenging year ever, and in many ways also the most rewarding, with everyone really working together to ensure that our students continue to receive a great education. I'm ready to pass on the torch as I finally graduate, aka retire, from MVMS. Thank you.
Well, here I am retiring. I remember my first day in the Mill Valley School District to student teach with Judy Lauder at Edna McGuire in her kindergarten class, and I was welcomed with such warmth and enthusiasm. And then I went on to Bayside Martin Luther King to student teach there, and that was another wonderful experience. And then I came back to Mill Valley as a substitute, and I've never left. I spent so many wonderful years at Edna McGuire. We were the garden school, and I had the same principal the whole time. We worked so hard under Janie Teitelbaum, and we didn't even know it. I'm really proud of the fact that I was able to help teachers come into the profession too, through San Francisco State and Dominican by working with their student teachers, and then working with the county on the credential program. I really feel connected to this community and to all of you. The district's changed a lot in the last couple of years, and I've changed too, so it's time for me to move on, and I'm looking forward to that. And most of all, I want to thank the MVTA, which is all of you and all the teachers past, because without the MVTA, I wouldn't feel confident and secure in my retirement. And I want to thank you all for all that you did for me this year, and I want to wish you the best in your futures. And I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm going to say until we see each other again. Arrivederci.
When I was a fourth grader in Berkeley, I would hear the Mill Valley Song by Rita Abrams on KFRC, not knowing I would end up spending much of my life living and teaching in Mill Valley. I feel so fortunate to have spent the past 32 years teaching in Mill Valley, with most of my years at Park School, and both of my children went to Park School. I love the wood floors, the cranky banging heaters, and the views of Mount Tam from the playground. But most of all, I love the generous and kind families, the thoughtful and exceptional teaching staff, and especially the adorable, sweet, funny, and bright children I have met and spent time with over the years. As a teacher on half-time leave for 17 of those years, I was also able to work in other districts leading staff development. I always felt pride when I would say that I taught in Mill Valley. This district was different from the ones I visited. Teachers were encouraged to be learners. We then brought back what we learned to share with the district in the form of dialogue dinners, pilots, book clubs, tall meetings, committees, district PD days, ETF workshops, and on. And because we were professionals, we then helped guide the curricular decisions in the district. I feel so lucky to have been valued by this district for my passion, and by my principals and colleagues. And most importantly, by the teacher who spent 17 years working with me, the wonderful Amy Faulkner. Working with Amy allowed me to learn and grow in ways I wouldn't have been able to, with a lot of laughing for good measure. Thank you, Mill Valley, for honoring shared contracts. So thank you, Mill Valley, for valuing teachers and always remembering that we need to focus on the whole child to provide engaging, authentic experiences and do what's best for kids. I hope all of the teachers who work here to get to have the amazing professional opportunities I have had. And I will always be available for a chat about student learning and work, even in my retirement. Thank you.
I can't believe it's finally time to do the retirement video. I just wanted to say that I've been with my Mill Valley Middle School family through my marriage, 3 kids, buying my first home, the death of my father, and now it's time to say goodbye. And this has been good work, meaningful work. I've met over 1,000 students and known them well. And that's the best way I think you can spend a career. I'll miss you all.
I have loved my job, and in thinking about this speech, I've had fun reflecting on some of my history here. When I began, we still had card catalogs in each library. Imagine that. And it was my task to oversee automating all the libraries. It was so worth it. I also remember convincing the PTA, the park PTA, and the administration to buy 4 Apple Blueberry computers to begin setting up instruction for parents, staff, and students about how to search Google in its very, very early days. I'm incredibly proud of the diverse collection I've built at the district library that benefits our students district-wide. I have put my heart and soul into that collection. Thank you to all the dedicated and hardworking teacher librarians that I've collaborated with and learned from over the years. I'd like to give a special shout out to my aide, Leanne Townsend, who has helped me for many, many, many years. Her support and her humor has been invaluable. All of this would not have been possible without the support and patience of my amazing husband, daughter, and son. I consider it my great privilege to have had the opportunity to share with our students my love of children's literature that I believe has led so many to a lifelong love of reading. What could be better? From the bottom of my heart, thank you all for so many wonderful years in our district.
Well, I was thinking about retiring, and it's such a big event in one's life. I thought of a poem I'd like to read to everybody. And this poem kind of hits all the notes about what I've learned or what I've experienced at Old Mill School. This is a beautiful poem by Ralph Waldo Emerson on the meaning of a successful life. What is success? To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and to endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty and find the best in others. I like to do that. To leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. By Ralph Waldo Emerson. That's how I feel about Old Mill. I've learned so many lessons and worked with so many wonderful people and learned to feel like a success in my life and move on to the next chapter, whatever that may be. So all the best to all of you who are staying at Old Mill and making it a wonderful place. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gwen Perrin, and the art teacher, one of 2 art teachers at Park. I've been the one that's here. I've taught in all of the Mill Valley schools. I was a substitute teacher for a long time, so I hit every single school, except maybe Alto School. I'm not sure. I may have subbed in there one day, but that's the only one I'm not sure about. So I'm 4th generation Mill Valley. That means my great-grandmother lived here, my great-grandmother lived here, my grandmother lived here, and my mother lived here, and I lived here, and now my kids who are also Park School students. They've gone to school here too, so we're kind of embedded here. And the house over here, where he's walking past it, that house on Catalpa was from my great-grandparents. I'm going to miss Park School because it's been like part of the family. I think that everybody will do fine. I hope that the art program continues to be as strong as it's been over the last 40 years. I've been here for 40 years. And then I also did student teaching, not student teaching, but assisting when I was a teenager in all the schools too.
After over 25 years in public education, it's now time for me to do something new. I've been the last 10 years in Mill Valley. I've considered it a privilege and an honor to work here. I've worked with superintendents, many board members, teachers, staff, district administration, students, and I've just considered it a privilege and an honor. Thank you all very much for allowing me to be a part of Mill Valley School District.
Hi, Mill Valley. Kids, families, fellow teachers, our board, office down at the district office, all you people I've worked with for 30 years, I'm moving on. I'm not going to be teaching anymore. And at first I was kind of sad, but you know what? I think you should help me celebrate. I'll be around because I have 2 grandkids that go to Edna McGuire. I live in Mill Valley, so do say hi to me. If you see me, don't be afraid of making mistakes because I learn a lot from those. And I make mistakes every day. Be brave, be kind, and do art, all right? All of you fellow teachers, do some art. And if you're looking for me, you might find me over at the O'Hanlon Center for the Arts in Mill Valley. Loved my job. One day, a little 5-year-old asked me if I got paid for what I do. And I said, I don't know, do you think I should? And he was silent for a few minutes. And he said, yeah, I think you should. And it's wonderful work. So hang in there.
Hi, so many years, so many schools, so many stories. I've worked with all of you and I've enjoyed every minute. Your professionalism, your kindness, your huge hearts. Thank you, everybody. And take care. Be well. Bye.